You're listening to another episode of the Just Go Bike podcast. That's AKA Murph.
And that's AP. And this is the podcast where we talk about cycling just for the fun of it, with tales from all over the nation. Come for the bikes, stay for the fun, and leave with a smile. Hello, Andrea.
Well, hello, Murph.
Okay, the route has been announced. The world knows. We know where we're going to be July 22nd through the 29th. And dare I say, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Am I right?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. And for those of you who don't know your Roman numerals, L is 50 in Roman numerals. So that's why it's going to be one hell of a ride.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes, and we whooped it up and we celebrated the route announcement with a party in Des Moines. It was absolutely fantastic.
It was, yes. And we both had, obviously you work for RAGBRAI, so you were, your day was chock full. But I was lucky enough to be able to help you guys out in a few different capacities. So what are your thoughts on the weekend?
Well, it was incredible from A to Z. I felt we truly celebrated the 50th RAGBRAI, the dawn of the 50th RAGBRAI, if you would say so. And it really started for me on Friday when we kicked things off here at the RAGBRAI office with a party for the newbies, the RAGBRAI newbies, and then some oldies as well.
Yeah, and it was a full house Friday night at the RAGBRAI office. And we got to give a shout out to Anna Abrams, who came all the way from Minnesota, and also our buddy Len.
Yeah,
Len was there
East Coast?
from Massachusetts.
From that was close.
Well, I might be wrong too.
Our buddy Len from the East Coast. It was really awesome to see him. And I know our friend Daphne Boone, she traveled from Florida.
Wow.
So that's incredible. People came from all across the country to help us celebrate RAGBRAI. And these people haven't even ridden RAGBRAI yet. Well, Anna and Len have, but Daphne hasn't.
Yeah.
It was truly awesome. And it was just cool to see these people that we've been talking to online so often and putting names to faces and just sort of kick things off in a friendly way so these newbies could come to the party and feel like they had more friends than they began with, which was really cool.
Right. And to kind of showcase your office, which was amazing.
Oh, and that, yes, our office is really cool. And so we love to invite people here whenever we can.
Cool.
So,
I absolutely loved the weekend too. Friday, of course, was a blast. Saturday, we're going to talk a little bit about it in a second, but having, the whole bike expo and the route party on the same day again, it was just nonstop. And then, of course, we had a little after hour party where we gathered and didn't have the cameras on us or the podcast equipment. And that was fun too.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to, we had some of our sponsors there with us at both the bike expo and the party and the pre-party. They were there the whole time for us. Couldn't have done it without Tailwind. And they introduced their brand new RAGBRAI 50 can, which is super snazzy if you haven't seen it. So they were there with us, as well as Primalware, who is awesome as always, just talking to people, getting people into custom jerseys. And then, of course, on Saturday night, they had the Primal Jersey Contest, which is always a highlight of the evening.
Yes, and a huge shout out to Mr. Matt Phippen, who got on stage. Well, first of all, the Pork Tornadoes were playing, and they really got the crowd, riled up. But then Matt went on stage and just nailed it. I mean, if this is any indication of what RAGBRAI 50 is going to be about, holy moly.
I also want to say that we couldn't have done this announcement without Scott Supker, the Iowa nice guy, because he produced and did the narration for our video where we actually announced the route, which was a really cool thing that we've never done before.
Yeah.
So
I loved
that video.
Sorry.
You can still watch that video on our Facebook page. I have it pinned to the top of our page. So if you want to go there and check it out.
Yeah, I love that change up that you guys did in showing the route via video and then having Matt come up there. And then, of course, we did the live stream after where I interviewed some of the towns and we unveiled the cool new Shimano sandals, which I'm assuming you can also find on RAGBRAI's either website or social media.
Absolutely. That sandal is so cool. Shout out to Ben for working with FIP to make that happen. To have everyone who's ridden RAGBRAI before knows that the sandal is the staple footwear of RAGBRAI, and to have it custom to RAGBRAI, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So those are on pre-order now, but we're going to start getting those out to the customers pretty soon. So
sweet.
It's awesome. And I would I loved your live stream. It was super awesome. I was on the other side of the camera and people would come up and say hello. And I'm like, we're live. So I don't think people realized that we were filming live, but it was so awesome. And also want to give a shout out to all the many people that we saw who recognize us by our voice, which is incredible. And it always is surprising because no one recognizes my voice, but I guess that happens now. So thank you so much to everyone who came up and said hello to us and made our day better by being friendly to us. So
yes, and I think I'm going to spill the beans just a tiny bit, but knowing that this podcast keeps getting more and more successful, we're going to branch out a little bit in 2023. So, right? Stay tuned.
Little teaser.
Yeah,
love that.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Yep. So should we talk briefly about the route?
Yeah, especially since now you have the freedom to talk freely about the route, we should probably do it. Like, of course, there's going to be multiple episodes about the actual route, about all the towns, about the entertainment. All of that is going to be happening in the future. But maybe let's just do like go through the overnight towns. And then I do have some questions for you, Andrea.
All right. Well, I have some answers for you.
All right.
So let's get into it. All right. So we kick things off in Sioux City on Saturday, July 22nd. And the theme, there's not really a theme. The theme is the RAGBRAI Expo and doing your tire dip.
Yes.
So,
which I'm assuming that means that the Missouri River will be nearby or they will bring the Missouri River to us.
Yes. But Sioux City is a town that is on the Missouri River. So I'm hoping we can actually dip this year.
Oh, cool. Yay.
Yeah. And Sioux City last hosted in 2015. I hope people who have ridden that long remember that. My favorite thing is that they had a promotional video for Sioux City where it was based off of We Built This City on Rock and Roll. So it was, we built Sioux City on rock and roll.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That. It was so cool.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Yeah. And of course, Sioux City is where we kicked off the very first RAGBRAI in 1973.
And I did see that it's the fourth biggest city in Iowa. So like I said at the live stream, it should be no problem for them to accommodate the expo and all of us coming to town the day before we start riding.
Yes, I won't say they're an old favorite because they're not old.
Yeah.
But they're a classic RAGBRAI town. So they know what they're doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so then Sunday, we're going to pedal 77 miles, give or take. The route's not perfect yet. And we'll end up in Storm Lake, Iowa, which I'm super, super excited about. And it looks like that day we'll be experiencing the Mile of Silence, which you'll learn more about that in the future if you don't know what that means. And also, I see that it's Throwback Jersey Day.
That's right. Well, in honor of the fact that on the first RAGBRAI, we're in both Sioux City and Storm Lake.
Yeah.
We're throwing it back to 1973. So if you have something from 1973 and it fits you, good for you, first of all. But please wear it, and then we would all love to see it. But anything retro that you have to wear, or like your first team jersey that you have, or your first RAGBRAI jersey that you have, or just anything that even kind of looks throwback, that's what we want you to wear on that day.
Can I dress 70s that day, maybe?
I hope you dress 70s on that day. Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Good.
So,
okay.
Yeah, we love Storm Lake. We love visiting there. They have a fantastic water park at their hotel.
Yeah,
one of their hotels. Highly recommend it. So, yeah, love Storm Lake.
Okay, so from Storm Lake, we will be heading, give or take, about 62 miles, and we will end up in Carroll, Iowa. This is going to be cool. I love it. And I believe the theme day is I Ride For Jersey Day. Will you maybe briefly explain what that means?
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about what that is more here in the next couple of weeks. But essentially, it's the day to ride for your charity or cause of choice. So I'm riding for, say, the Dream Team. Or cool. I ride for the Breast Cancer Society or something like that. So just a day to honor the things that we support and care about in our lives. So,
man, that's awesome. And I have several things that I would want to ride for. So that I love that. I love it already.
Yeah, everybody has something, or else they should come up with something.
Yeah.
If you don't have something, it could be the Dream Team. But
it's right.
Yeah.
Dream
so
Team's
it's going to be a
awesome.
really cool day, and the elevation is going to be approximately 1,818 feet of climbing. So while it's only 62 miles, get ready.
Get ready. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, from Carroll, we go to the home of the Iowa State Cyclones. And I think this is, well, actually, I know this will be the Century Loop Day. So if you want to do 100 miles, you can. But
You
if you
can.
don't want to, it's still an 83-mile day, right, to Ames?
Yep, correct. And it's also RAGBRAI Jersey Day, so get your RAGBRAI jersey out.
Ooh, the
And
RAGBRAI jerseys are so cool this year.
yep, that's right. So we do have our main RAGBRAI jersey. It's black and gold, which Iowans will know are Hawkeye colors. But we also have the goat jersey, which is red and gold, which is, as others will know, the Cyclone colors. So we
Okay.
do have a little something for everybody. It's not college jersey day, but you wear your RAGBRAI jersey and you rock that. We love going to Ames. They always pull out the red carpet for us. The last time we hosted in 2018, we got a ride through their football stadium, and it was just incredible.
Yes, it was. Super incredible.
So always
Okay.
look forward to Ames.
And of course, listeners, we're going to be giving you all kinds of more information in future episodes. We're just kind of doing a quick rundown for you. From Ames, it is dare I say short? It's not really. It'll be 50-ish miles. So that's still a pretty significant mileage day. And we'll end up in the state capital of Des Moines.
Des Moines. Yes. And that's my hometown. Well, my second hometown. And I just love that we're coming to Des Moines because it's sort of the heart of Iowa as the capital.
Yeah.
And it's also going to be Guinness Book of World Records Day, meaning we're hoping to have the largest number of cyclists in a quote-unquote bike parade ever.
Okay. All right.
So now don't you worry about that. We have a lot of plans in place. We've been talking, it's early February right now.
Right.
We have been talking about already how to make sure that it's safe and comfortable for cyclists. So
But what I'm
while
hearing,
it's a lot of people, don't worry.
But what I'm hearing, if you're saying it's, kind of called a bicycle parade, that I need to put streamers on my handlebars, right?
I think that is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
from Des Moines, you had your 50 miles, then you probably, had all kinds of entertainment waiting for you in Des Moines. You visited the Capitol. Maybe you went to Andrea's house. I don't know what you did. But from there, Tama Toledo, and that's another bigger mileage day of around 82 miles.
Yes. And it's also Military Appreciation Day.
Oh, cool.
Those who've ridden with us for a couple of years will remember that we did that, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And it's just really nice to recognize those who have served in the military, are actively serving, especially when we have teams like Air Force and the Army and the Navy who have such a huge presence on RAGBRAI as such good contributing teams. We love those guys and we love to honor them.
Cool.
So,
and Tama Toledo is also the lowest population as far as overnight towns, with just under 6,000 people. So that will kind of give us that small town feel that a lot of RAGBRAIs are all about.
Yeah, small but mighty.
Small but mighty, that's right. And okay, from there we will head into Coralville, which Coralville is kind of a connector to Iowa City, which is the home of the Iowa Hawkeyes. So we'll end up in Coralville, and that's another 80-mile day.
Yes, and Coralville is my true hometown. I was born in Coralville, and shout out to Mom and Dad.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody goes to their house on that day.
Yeah. Watch out, parrots. You're going to have a few bike riders come into your house.
I did not tell my parents I was going to say that on the podcast, so sorry about that. But I love Coralville. They truly love having us, hosting us there. It's going to be a fantastic time.
I cannot wait. I know the last time that we came through Coralville, it was really, really fun. So I'm sure that they'll do the same with a guy like Josh Schomburger kind of, spearheading plans. It's going to be good.
Yes, exactly. And Kelly Hayworth, got to give him a shout out as well.
That's right.
All-star. And if you see any fundraisers for Kirkwood Elementary School and Northwest Junior High School, you better buy their cinnamon rolls.
And I don't think we mentioned it, but that day is College Jersey Day. So whether you're a Hawkeye fan or a Cyclone fan or whatever college you are either an alma mater of or proud of, that's the day you wear it.
That's right. I'm also a Butler fan, so go Butler.
Okay. And I'm a UNI Panther graduate, so go Panthers.
There you go.
Okay. And then just like that, the week's over. We ride 60-some miles, 66 miles, and we end up in Davenport to dip our tires.
Yes, I love rolling into Davenport. because they have a nice wide section of the river we can just dip right in. So, and it has a nice downhill glide into the river if the route goes as it has gone similarly in the past. So the last time we were there was 2018. This was going to be their 6th time hosting riders. They know what they're doing.
Yes.
And they were also on the original route. So we end on the original route now.
Oh, man. I'm so excited. Can we just do this like tomorrow?
I know. As of recording, we have less than 200 days until RAGBRAI, so we are getting there. And I will say, now that the route announcement's over, it's officially training season. I'm about to post Coach Ertl's cycling training blogs, so get your ears in gear.
Okay, so actually, Andrea, that's a great segue because I've noticed a few questions that keep appearing, the same questions over and over on social media. And so I figured you would be a good resource for listeners. So are you ready?
All right, let them fire at will.
Okay. And the first one is, how the heck are we going to train for the 6th steepest RAGBRAI on record?
Well, first of all, you're going to need to bike up some hills
Yeah.
as training. So that's what I would recommend. But I would recommend Coach Ertl's training plan that we're about to post, or maybe if you're listening to this, we've already posted it. So check it out on RAGBRAI.com.
Okay.
But his training plans are really valuable. They are really crafted with the route in mind.
Yeah.
But if you're not somebody who likes to do a training ride, I would just recommend getting out there. Make sure that you train for hills. Make sure, if possible, you train with heat, because that, while it probably is going to be perfect 70-degree temperatures all week, it's a possibility that we get a super hot day.
Yeah.
And if possible, I would train for the headwinds as well, which is sad to say because that's my least favorite element of cycling. But if you're on the trainer, put the fan on, or if it's windy and you think, oh, maybe I should skip this training ride, definitely do that training ride. So those are my suggestions.
Yeah. Okay. So RAGBRAI.com will have some Coach Ertl training plans and some tips. And every year we have them on a podcast to kind of talk about what people are worried about, which I think this year will be the high mileage days, the hills, and probably just the volume of people. So all of that we will address in the future.
Yep.
Okay. Next question. Why weren't the in-between towns announced?
Great question. Obviously, we have the route nearly finalized. We have a great idea of exactly where we're going to go because the director has been working with the DOT and the Iowa State Troopers to make sure that we have a safe route that can handle the correct number of people and won't have too many cars to be bothering. So anyway, we have most of the route, but because the route was a secret up until last weekend, we couldn't ask the pasture towns if they'd be willing to participate.
Oh, sure.
So just to keep it a secret. So now we're going out to the towns and gauging their interests, seeing if they'd like to be involved, and putting the ones that want to be involved on the route on the map. And if they maybe don't want to be involved because they have like another event or city construction or reasons like that, then maybe we just go around them. Or they're involved in a different way. So we're just kind of feeling that out. We're working on that. We almost always announce the route in the middle of March. I like to say the Ides of March, but nobody really knows when that is. So that's when we announce the full route.
Okay.
And we'll also, if you notice that we were going through the theme days, we didn't announce Gravel Day. We're going to announce that in the middle of March when we announce the full route. But there will be a Gravel Day, maybe even more of a component than that. I'm not exactly sure what FIP has in mind, but we're going to announce that with the full route.
Okay, cool. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a very important question. I see this a ton on social media. If I didn't get into a charter, can I still go?
You absolutely can still go. We provide luggage service as RAGBRAI. It's not that bad. It's really nice. You get to meet Mr. Ryan Hansen. So everyone should get to meet Mr. Ryan Hansen at some point. So we have baggage service. You can use it.
So basically what you're saying is, as a registered rider, that's a service that's included in your registration, is the RAGBRAI big semis will carry your gear from town to town, right?
Absolutely. And then we have a designated main campground space where you'll be able to camp. There are still a few charters available. If you go to the RAGBRAI website, we have a little tab for charters.
Okay.
And you can call through them. I know we have also talked to them about possibly expanding their services. I don't know if that's going to go through or not. That's the big TBD on that one. But we know people really want the extra accommodations. So if the charters are able to handle it, they would open up more. But I know many of them have waiting lists. So it's just kind of up in the air right now because we've never had this level of interest in charters before. So
Right. But the main thing to think about is this is a camping event, and
yes,
so it is possible. You don't have to carry all your gear on your bike if you don't want to. You can use the luggage service. You can go to the main campgrounds. It's all possible. Of course, it's nice, the luxury of sleeping in a hotel or in an RV or all of that stuff, but it doesn't have to be that way.
that's right. Well, and the one thing we're not mentioning is the option to ride with a team or bring along your own RV is still available.
Oh, yeah.
So you could go in and get your vehicle pass, get your mom, get your friend, get your brother to come and drive the RV, and do it that way. So you can still have the comforts. It's just that you would be organizing your own travel as opposed to the charters.
Okay,
So
excellent.
keep that in mind.
Okay, well, definitely with the announcement of the route, I mean, to me, it is the kickoff of bike season. I don't know if you agree.
I agree.
So coming up now, take a listen to some of the people that I interviewed when I was at the expo. And keep in mind, it's a huge space, lots of people, so the sound quality might not be the best, but it was really fun to hear from some of the vendors and just random people that I ran into. So, you ready?
I am ready.
Well, listeners, today I am live in person at the Iowa Bike Expo, which is an event put on by the Iowa Bicycle Coalition. There's all kinds of booths here. I'm going to walk around and interview some people, and hopefully you can learn a thing or two and also be entertained. Here we go. All right, I just ran into a very, very fun person. Tell me your name and where you're from.
Allison Collette, and I am from Beaverdale.
Awesome. You know, I don't know that I knew that. I thought you were...
I just recently moved there. I was in Pleasantville prior to that.
Okay, and Beaverdale is kind of a suburb of Des Moines, right?
Yes, it's an older neighborhood in Des Moines, yeah.
Okay, and what is your role here at the Iowa Bike Expo?
I'm the event manager.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, you look nice and relaxed. How would you say the day's been going?
Very smooth as possibly could be for, not being able to control the things that you don't plan for.
I think there are more people than I've ever seen at the expo.
Oh, that's a good compliment. Thank you. We expected more than last year. Now that we're coming post-crud, I'm going to call it. So I think people are ready to come back out and socialize in groups, and they're ready to get out and ride.
Great. And then what are you going to do with the rest of your day? I mean, are you, once the expo's over at 4 o'clock, you can just go, put your feet up and relax?
No, we got to coordinate everybody getting out of here in the same small window of time so that we can go to the RAGBRAI announcement party after.
Awesome. Well, Allison, thank you so much for all you've done. This has been an amazing day, amazing event, and I've heard nothing but good comments.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. That's good to hear.
I have arrived at the Tour de Brew booth, and with me is Tina. Hey, Tina.
Hey, Murph, how are you doing?
Good. I have known you for many, many years, and you are responsible for a pretty amazing bike ride, and I think you need to tell the listeners about when it is and what it is.
So Tour de Brew QC happens on Saturday, May 6th in the Quad Cities. We actually start in Rock Island, so on the Illinois side, but it's a 40-mile charity bike ride in our 10th year. And in the past 9 years, we have raised over $140,000 for cancer nonprofits like the Live Strong at the Y program, Children's Cancer Connection, Living Proof. We do our best to help programs that are helping people getting back to living.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. And is there a place people can go to find out more about the ride?
Yes, we have a Facebook page that will give them all the details. So Tour de Brew QC on Facebook. Message me, I'll answer the questions if they're not answered there.
Excellent. All right, a great, great charity ride coming up May 6th, 2023.
Yay, thanks.
Okay, thank you. I've arrived at one of my favorite booths, one of my favorite bikers, Mr. Scott Sumter.
Kathy Murphy, Murphology.
How's it going?
It's doing great today.
Good. The listeners can't see your booth, but you have, it is full of Bike Iowa merchandise.
There's a lot of stuff we have here. Caps, koozies, headbands this year, one-off trucker caps, T-shirts, bottle openers, stickers. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We're trying to tone down a little bit this year, though.
Wait a minute. This does not seem like a tone down.
We got to do it. We can't have like a 40 by 50 space everywhere we go, right? We got to tone her down.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Can you give the listeners maybe your elevator speech on what exactly Bike Iowa is?
Yeah, Bike Iowa is a statewide resource, 23 years old as of March of this year.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And it is a website that really tells everything about cycling. Our bread and butter is our events calendar. It's the most comprehensive events calendar in the Midwest, we call it, and we might actually go out further than that. Destination rides, too. So if you're a bar or restaurant or any kind of entity that live music, it's like places people can bike to. You can pop those events on our calendar. So it's not all just rides, it's destinations as well.
I love it. I love it. And when listeners hear this podcast, they will already know the route and the excitement's going to be going crazy. But how do you feel about like your anticipation of finding out the route?
I do not know the route at this point in time. Kind of everybody expects that I should. Made it a point not to know it just because I'll have fun wherever it goes. I know it's going to be a huge year. We're going to be out there with RAGBRAI, with the crowds. Look up Bike Iowa, our black tents. We'll be there, but the anticipation is pretty cool to see people wondering about it. Just the 50th has got everybody like stoked, just like almost like shaking in their boots, just waiting for what Phipps and Mark's going to say tonight.
Exactly. And I'm the same as you. It doesn't really matter where it goes. I'm still going to go. I'm still going to have a blast. It's going to be amazing.
Bike Iowa. We bike Iowa. It's like I'll go anywhere, you know. The route is completely open. What do you got? Say that?
We go anywhere in Iowa.
Right, yeah. We have to stay in Iowa if we're called Bike Iowa, right?
We do.
Well, thanks so much, Scott, for being on the podcast.
Thanks, Murph.
I have arrived at the Diventures booth, and with me is
Troy Miller.
Troy Miller. Nice to meet you, Troy. Tell us about Diventures.
Well, thanks for asking, Murph. So Diventures is really two businesses under one roof in a $5.5 million facility in North Liberty, Iowa. We've got a 90-degree, 14-foot deep pool where we do both scuba and swim lessons. Today here at RAGBRAI, we are really promoting the scuba side of things. We've got not only 168 classes on the books for scuba this year, but also we do over 100 tropical trips a year, amazing retail space, and we just want to let people know about us. And this is the perfect demographic because people who bike and people who scuba love having fun, love good people, and love drinking beer on occasion.
So you're saying in North Liberty, Iowa, I could learn how to scuba dive?
Yes, you could come to a world-class facility, learn how to scuba dive, and take it as far as you want. You could go places like Cozumel, Fiji, Galapagos, wherever you want to go, do that with Diventures.
And where can people find out more information?
Visit www.diventures.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Troy.
Thank you, Murph.
I just popped into the Iowa Beer Bus booth, and with me, I don't know if the microphone can stretch this tall, but Mr. Mike Mott.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
How are things going today at the Iowa Bike Expo?
You know what? The crowd today has been outstanding, very large, very excited, very engaged. Everybody here really seems to be looking forward to RAGBRAI 50 and all the shenanigans that will ensue.
Yes, and I don't know if you're going to make them available, but you guys have on the best jerseys, the Iowa Beer Bus jerseys. They are so cool.
Thank you, Kathy Murphy. That's the nicest thing anybody's literally ever said to me.
Well, they're awesome. They're like bright yellow. They're going to be very noticeable when people are wearing them out on RAGBRAI. I'll delete this if it's not a good question, but will they be available once RAGBRAI 50 comes out?
We have a limited inventory left right now. My partner at Bike Rags has assured me that if we get enough interest, we'll be able to do either another pre-sale or just stock some more for inventory. So yes, we will.
And then the biggest question that listeners are probably wondering about is, are you going to be out on the route like you have been in the past? Like, are we going to be able to get a tasty beverage while we're on RAGBRAI?
God willing, and the creek don't rise. Yeah. We literally have already been in preparation for RAGBRAI 50 for months. It all kicks into high gear after today, including some pretty exciting news to be revealed later about sponsors and some epicness that people may have come to expect, but we'll be pleasantly surprised to see again.
Okay, so we'll keep our eye on your Facebook page, but more importantly, we'll be stopping by your fine bus. We'll be stopping by the big yellow bus.
It does have a new pair of shoes as well. It's bright and shiny and exciting to look at.
Yes, and for those of you who did not make it to the route announcement party and the bike expo, the big yellow bus was like front and center at the actual route party.
Yeah. I told a certain RAGBRAI director when he called that we would come, in fact, as long as we were permitted to fire T-shirts from the cannon from the roof during the route announcement party, and so that's going to happen.
And here's what's funny is people who are listening to this podcast, it's already happened. You know what I mean? Because we'll be promoting this after the expo's over, after the route has already been announced. So what are the bets on if anyone was injured from your T-shirt cannon?
That makes me wish for two things. One, that your listeners actually were lucky enough to catch a T-shirt, and two, that in fact none of them were injured or otherwise maimed.
Oh, it's awesome. All right, Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy Murphy.
I am at the Visit Quad Cities booth, and with me is
Cassidy.
Cassidy. So glad to have you here at the Iowa Bike Expo. Have you been talking to a lot of people all day?
Yeah, we've talked to quite a bit of people stopping by. We're giving out free stuff, and just promoting the Quad Cities as a whole.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about what is Visit Quad Cities. What does that mean?
So we're the destination marketing organization in the Quad Cities. So we're a bi-state region, both on Illinois and the Iowa side of the river. And we promote different events and bring tourism into the Quad Cities area.
I know I've been biking in the Quad City area before, and it's absolutely beautiful to bike along the river on both the Iowa side and the Illinois side. So I don't know if you personally have anything to do with that, but thank you.
You're welcome.
And thanks for being here at the Bike Expo.
Thanks for having us.
You know what? One more thing. If people want to learn more about Visit Quad Cities, do you have a website?
Yes, visit quadcities.com. We have all our information on the area, and then we also have our merchandise as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I found Brooks Reynolds, one of my very good friends. How are you, Brooks?
Good, Murph. How are you doing? Good to see you again.
Good.
Been a while.
Yeah.
I miss us.
I know. How are things going at the Iowa Bike Expo for you?
They're great. We love it here at the Iowa Bike Expo. I think this is our 10th Iowa Bike Expo. We're having a lot of fun. We had some bacon donuts this morning, and just here, chatting with all the fellow attendees and booths and whatnot, and yeah.
And what are you representing here? What's your booth?
I'm with the Blue Ribbon Bacon Festival, the world's premier bacon festival. We've got our 15th event coming May 12th and 13th at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. We've got the Bill Riley stage, JR South Fork Ranch. We've got a very large festival ground, so it'll be a great 2-day festival of all things bacon.
And I can tell you that I do not eat bacon, but I have had the time of my life every time I've attended Bacon Fest.
Well, hey, bacon's the center of the event, but it's not just all about bacon. You can come and have a good time, have a cocktail or 6, listen to some good music, see some old friends, maybe meet your future lover. And we've had people meet their significant other and get engaged at Bacon Fest.
What?
We've had marriages, we've had divorces, we've had all of it.
And when can you get tickets to Bacon Fest?
Tickets are available now at blueribbonbaconfestival.com, so get them today.
And you mentioned where Bacon Fest is going to be this year. That's a pretty special place at the fairgrounds, isn't it?
Yeah, the Bill Riley stage, that'll be our main stage. So we've got some great music acts there. We've got the Outlaw Apostles and Jay Allen on Friday, kind of a country-ish acts. And then on Saturday, we have the Damon Dotson Band and the Samples. So, again, the Bill Riley stage will be our main stage, and we'll kind of create a festival around that. JR's will obviously have food. We'll have another stage inside JR's. The Iowa Beer Bus will be there. We'll have high noons, craft beer, craft cocktails, craft bacon. delicious food vendors, all sorts of things.
I cannot wait.
I hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Well, looky here. I just ran into Mr. Scott Olson. How are you, Scott?
I'm doing fantastic, Murph. How are you?
And tell the listeners where you're from.
I'm from Madrid, Iowa, just north of Des Moines.
Madrid, Iowa. I believe there is a very, very cool, let's just say, what would you call it? No.
Bike trail? Bridge?
A very important bike trail / bridge in your neighborhood, right?
Yes, the High Trestle Trail is right through Madrid. The bridge is about 2.5 miles away.
Excellent. And the listeners may not know this, but Scott Olson is very, very, very close friends with our executive director, Mr. Matt Phippen.
That is correct. Matt and I have known each other for about 6-7 years now. We ride bikes together quite a bit and hang out all the time.
Awesome. And what do you think of the Bike Expo today?
I think it's pretty fantastic. We've been here for a few hours. Good crowd, a lot of great vendors. The beer's cold, can't complain.
And I see you're in line to get a ride on the e-bikes. Is that something that you're thinking about getting?
Yeah, as you get older, you kind of want to, take a little off the muscles, and knees start hurting, and, ride the e-bike.
All right. Well, good luck, Scott.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a great night.
Excuse me, ladies. Where are you guys from?
Hello, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We love it here. This is fabulous.
Yeah. Is this your first time at the Bike Expo?
It is my first time at the expo, and it'll be my first time at the route announcement party.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Have you seen a lot of cool vendors?
Yes, we're just getting through.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being here. All right, I am at a very, very popular booth, and I've been able to pull aside somebody. Tell me your name and what booth you're at.
My name's Kyle, and I'm with Kyle's Bikes.
Wait a minute. Are you Kyle of Kyle's Bikes?
I am Kyle of Kyle's Bikes, correct.
And where is Kyle's Bikes located?
So we have 2 stores in Ankeny, and we have 1 in Waukee.
Awesome. And how are things going this time of year?
It's very slow right now. We're starting to wonder, where did everybody go? Well, the good news is they're all here.
Yes. Can you believe it? Once this route is announced, I think that Iowans, and actually anybody who's excited about RAGBRAI, is just going to be thinking about biking.
No doubt. And once the route comes out, it's going to be like game on for plans and I need a new bike.
Yeah, while we're here, maybe I could take a test ride or something.
Yeah, why not, right?
All right, well, thanks, Kyle.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Adam Wambacher, and I'm from Ankeny, Iowa.
Ankeny, Iowa. And have you ever been to the Bike Expo before?
I have been to the Bike Expo before. I've been here 3 or 4 times, it seems like.
And what do you think of this year?
I think that this year is an amazing success. A lot of people here, a lot of great booths, and it's great to see people that I already know and may only see a couple times a year.
Yeah, I just feel like the energy is really, it's a lot of excitement.
There is a lot of excitement here, and I think part of that is also that spring's right around the corner.
I know. Once we know the route later tonight, it's going to be all bets off, man. It's going to be time to start training. Do you actually do RAGBRAI?
I have done RAGBRAI a number of times, and if it comes through the Des Moines area, I will probably be on RAGBRAI again this year.
I would guess if it comes through the Des Moines area, there will be a lot of people that end up jumping on a bike.
I think you're right, and I hope they register also.
I agree. Well, thanks so much for being on the pod.
Hey, thank you very much.
Well, looky here. I just ran into my co-host for the Just Go Bike podcast. Well, hey there, AP.
Hey, Murph. How's it going?
Good. What do you think of the expo this year?
There are so many people here. It is amazing. There's such a wide variety of booths and vendors and different things to look at and do in the expo.
Yeah, and even, if you're not from Iowa and you're not around this weekend, it's kind of some sketchy weather out there with snow and such, but this is a huge crowd.
Massive. And probably one of the bigger crowds I've seen in many years. And it's just fun to see, especially as we Iowans consider it the kickoff to the cycling season in Iowa.
Yeah, and I just feel the energy is really, really amazing. And I feel like a lot of these people are going to be like, the route is cool, let's start training.
I've heard a lot of route guesses as I walk around the expo. Nobody's got it right yet.
Ooh. Okay, well, thanks, AP. Have a great day.
Have fun. Bye.
Okay, I have arrived at the Bike Rags booth, and with me is
Kate Strom.
Kate Strom. I'm acting like I've never met you, but I mean, we're kind of friends, right?
Yeah, we've run into each other a handful of times.
And we have very similar bikes.
We sure do. I love your bike.
Me too. So tell the listeners what exactly Bike Rags is.
So Bike Rags is a custom cycling apparel company, but we're also a one-stop shop for everything, including cycling apparel, but also screen printing, if you need t-shirts, if you want to get anything embroidered, or those awesome patch hats that a lot of teams wear, stickers, the whole 9 yards. If you want to stop by, we got you covered.
Awesome. And I will tell you, people who listen to the Murphology podcast, hats come from Bike Rags, and the caps come from the patch caps. So thank you very much for all of those.
Oh, no problem.
How can people find out more information about Bike Rags?
Well, you can follow us on social media. We're at Bike Rags Apparel on all of the social medias. We just started a TikTok.
Hey.
And we also have a website, bikeragsapparel.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here at the expo.
Yeah, we really appreciate you stopping by.
All right, I have arrived at another booth, and give me your name and tell me what organization you're with.
I am Liz Hubing with Bike Iowa City.
Awesome, and tell us about Bike Iowa City. What is it?
Bike Iowa City is an initiative to make the Iowa City area recognized as the premier community and destination for cycling in the Midwest.
Excellent, and I live, about a half an hour from Iowa City, and I can tell you, I absolutely love taking my bike down there to cruise around, both mountain bike and just touring.
Yeah, so our tagline is Ride Your Own Adventure, and what that means is that we really have something for everyone in the community. Whether you're a mountain bike single track shredder or a townie cruiser, we have something for you, which is really special in a community.
And what are your thoughts on the Bike Expo today?
The Bike Expo has been great. This is our second year being at the Bike Expo, and I feel like there are so many people here this year, which is really great. The energy is amazing, had so many great conversations with people, so it's been a great time today.
Awesome. And do you have a website if people want to go check out the area?
Yeah, so you can just go to bikeiowacity.com. We have a lot of great resources there. We have curated routes for people, so you can select whether you want road rides, gravel rides, mountain bike rides, and really your level of advancedness there too. You can really find anything that you're looking for. Additionally, we have an event calendar that has group rides as well as annual events too. So we kind of take pride in this, that last May we had over 100 events in Bike Month, so we hope to continue with that and really just keep people riding more bikes in our community.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast and for being at the Bike Expo.
Of course, it's been an amazing time. Thank you.
Well, I just caught up with the director of RAGBRAI, Mr. Matt Pippin. Hey, Matt.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Man, obviously it was a year ago, but I remember being here at the expo and talking to you on this podcast and the feelings of my first experience as director. How do you feel this year?
Well, I feel we just dipped tires in Lansing, Iowa. I mean, the rest of the year flew by, and I was told multiple times that I would have the ability to take some time off and relax for a little bit. We haven't had any time off because 50 is going to be a monster.
This is going to be it already is a big year. I mean, we've been hanging out at the expo all day. Actually, you started your day doing a Zwift ride with a bunch of, hundreds of RAGBRAI riders across the United States. How was that?
It was fun. It was just kind of an interacting, back and forth with, questions. A lot of them wanted to know the route, so we couldn't tell them the route. But it was just fun to see how fast they would respond back, and they wanted facts, and they made it fun.
Yeah, and then after that, of course, the Iowa Bike Expo has been going on all day, which is a Iowa Bicycle Coalition event. I felt like it was way packed, more packed than I have seen in, different years. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's totally packed over there. Like, you just can't walk at your own pace through the event. You're walking at everybody else's pace, and a lot of it's slow as you go. But yeah, it's elbow to elbow, and tons of awesome vendors, and yeah, it's definitely a packed house.
Awesome. Well, we are all looking forward to the route. And actually, by the time listeners are listening to this, they already know the route. And then what?
Well, then we start talking to all the pass-through towns and get them to sign on and be a part of it. And our travel starts up. Last year we went across the state 20 times. The plan is to go 20 again. So, yeah, we're going to be pretty fast and furious in February.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Matt. And we're so excited for RAGBRAI 50.
Thank you.
Well, listeners, that is it for this week. We both want to thank you for tuning in to listen to the Just Go Bike podcast.
And if you'd like to contact us with a comment about the podcast, or maybe you have a topic in mind, you can reach us at justgobikepodcast@gmail.com, or you can also follow us on social media at Just Go Bike on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Please rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, especially if you're a fan. And if you have any extra time, pop on over to the Murphology podcast for more bike adventure interviews.
All right, that's a wrap. We'll be back next week. Until then, just go bike!